Alright, so this is going to be our last lecture of this section. I'm going to make it short, sweet, and simple. It looks intimidating to begin with, but once you get into it, you'll realize it's really not that intimidating. So today should be the 30th of January, and we're going to call this complex fractions. So complex fractions are really fractions within fractions. A good example of one, and this is what we'll start with, is example 1. 1 over x plus 2 over 3 over x minus 4. So you will see here that this is a rational expression with a fraction within a rational expression within a fraction. It's 2 divided by each other. So the first thing that we want to do with these, just to make them more digestible, is remember this division bar. We can write this out using a division symbol. So I'm just going to change the way that I look at this to make it more digestible. I'm going to put a 1 under my 2 just because I'm working with fractions. It'll help me when I make my denominators match. So there's my numerator divided by, so I'm going to write out my division sign, divided by my denominator. And again, I'm going to put a 1 under my 4 just so that it's also in fraction form. So when we get these, what we want to do is we want to simplify the left side, and we also want to simplify the right side. We want to simplify them separately. So often you'll see me draw arrows and simplify them separately. So if I just gave you the left side of this problem, you would know that you needed to make your denominators match, okay? Because they don't, and we can't combine them until they do match. So my ideal for this side is 1x, right? This side needs an x, this side needs a 1. It already has a 1, an invisible 1. So 1x is my ideal denominator. Well, how do I get it there? Well, this side has a 1 and an x, so it's good. It's already how it needs to be. But this side needs an x, so I'm going to multiply the top by an x to get 2x, and I'm going to multiply the bottom by an x to get a 1x. Now my left side can combine to become 1 plus 2x over x. I'm going to do the same thing for my right side. This one has an x, but this one needs an x. My ideal denominator is 1x. So since this has what it needs, it stays the same, but this side needs to be multiplied by x. So it's going to become 4x over x, and when I combine it, it becomes 3 minus 4x over x. So that is your first step, is to simplify your left side, simplify your right side. Ignore the division to begin with. And now what we have is left divided by right side. So now we can finally put them back together. So remember that when we divide when we divide rational expressions, we just turn it into multiplication by keep, change, flip. So this one's going to keep the same. This is going to change to multiplication, and this is going to flip upside down. So now when I multiply, I get x times 1 plus 2x over x times 3 minus 4x. I should have simplified first. I didn't though. That's okay. So my x's cancel out, and I'm just left with 1 plus 2x over 3 minus 4x as my final answer. So one more time, let me walk you through the steps. First, I saw that I had fractions within a fraction. This rational expression divided by this rational expression. So instead of keeping it like this in this big chunk, I separated it out to the numerator, this is my numerator, divided by my denominator. They still don't look like what we've been dealing with. So I simplify the left side by itself by making my denominators match. I simplify the right side by itself, making my denominators match, and then I'm able to jump back into the division, keep, change, flip, to get this. If our if our denominators were factorable, we would have factored first. We always want to simplify first, so always remember that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put a pause on this, and I'm going to go grab the worksheet that I've left for y'all, and I'm going to do 2 of them for you to show you what's going on. Alright, so here's the worksheet that I've left behind for you. I'm going to do one of these with just simple numbers, and then I'm also going to do one where we're going to have to factor. I'm going to show you 2 of them. So let's just start with number 1. So you will see I have a number over a weird subtraction of rational expressions. So first thing I'm going to do is separate it out like so. And these I know that you can just pop in your calculator, but this is to help you practice the process with just simple numbers before we jump into variables. So I want you doing these by hand, and then of course you can check these on your calculator. So I've written it out. I have my numerator divided by my denominator. Now this side needs to be combined into just one term. So I know I can make 4 can stay what it is. I know I can make 2 4 by multiplying by 2. So I'm going to keep 3/4 what it is. It has what it needs. But this whole side needs to be multiplied by 2. So it's going to become 6/4, which simplifies to -3/4. And then when I plug it back into this, 4 has an invisible 1. I can keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. And that's how I'm going to get -16/3 for my answer. And again, the ones with numbers, you can just plug into your calculator. But once we get into the ones, I was checking my answer. Once we get into the ones with X's, you can't just plug it into your calculator. So practice doing these by hand. All right, one more. Let's take a look at number 14. Let's just skip directly to the end. So I'm going to write it out. 1/2 minus x plus 5 over 4 divided by x squared over 2 minus 5 over 2. So on the left side, I know this has a denominator of 2 and this has a denominator of 4. So my ideal denominator would be 4. So this side's good how it is, but this side needs to be multiplied by 2 in order for me to get that 4. So that's what it would become, and now I'm going to combine. So remember, when I combine, that's a -1 x plus 5. Remember, we have to write in our -1. So it's going to become 2 minus x minus 5, because I have to distribute that negative across that binomial. So remember that step. We talked about it last week. So combine my 2 and my 5 to get -3 minus x over 4. Now on the right side's easier because my denominators already match. So that's just x squared minus 5 over 2. And now that my left side is one single fraction and my right side is one single fraction, I can keep, change, flip. I'm going to put my binomials in parentheses just so that you can see what's going on. So -3 times 2 is -6. -x times 2 is -2x. 4 times x squared is 4x squared. 4 times -5 is -20. I'm running out of room, but I want to see if this can simplify any. So I'm going to take my work over here. So follow me over here. I'm going to bring this over here. So -6 and -2x has a -2 in common, which would make it 3 plus x. And on the bottom, 4x squared and 20 has a 4 in common. Now we get x squared minus 5. So as you can see, if I factor, I still can't cancel anything. So you could either leave this as your final answer, or you could leave this as your final answer. Either one works. Okay, so you're working on this worksheet for class today. And I actually just saw something as I was pulling my paper away. We can simplify this. -2 and 4 has a 2 in common. So I could pull a 2 out of the top to make that -1. And I could pull a 2 out of the bottom to make that 2. So, hey, it did help us. So that would be your final simplified version. So again, I could pull a 2 out of each of my whole numbers on the outside. The reason why I'm allowed to do that is because it's joined by multiplication right here. All right, so you're working on this worksheet for class. One more time, just I don't mean to be repetitive, but I just want to make sure since I'm not here, make sure you get these notes down. We will do more examples when I return, just so that you can ask questions. But your process is always the same. Split up, factor, do the left side combine, do the right side combine, and then you can keep, change, flip. So if we were to write steps for this, because I know some people like steps, first step would be to write out. Second step would be to factor. Third step would be to simplify left and right sides separately. And then we can KCF, and of course at the end we always want to make sure if we can simplify any farther that we simplify. Just like that one on the worksheet. Go back through and make sure, have I simplified all the way? Is there anything else that I can factor and take out? All right, when you finish these worksheets, I would like you to keep them just so that we can go over them. And then, again, tomorrow when I return, we will work together on more examples. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you when I get back.